So a number of Switch 2 owners have been reporting that their console remains fixed in its sleep state, or they cannot power it on at all. So if you have a black screen, don't panic just yet, because Nintendo have released a support article that details a number of fixes you can try right now. Hey folks, Simon here from Simon's Reviews, and today we're going to hopefully be fixing your Nintendo Switch 2 console. Now, as you can see, I have my original Nintendo Switch here and my Switch 2 over here. And this first fix is dedicated to those of you that have upgraded from the original Switch or the OLED Switch to the Switch 2, because a number of people have thought they simply need to disconnect the USB-C cable from the original Switch's dock and then plug this directly into the dock on the Switch 2. The original AC adapter, even though it uses USB-C, which is the same connection on both consoles, this will charge the Switch 2 console directly when it is out of the dock, but it will not work with the dock. If you try and plug this in to the Switch 2 dock, you will get the black screen, you will not get any power. But this really actually serves as a tip to everybody to make sure you are using either the included USB-C adapter that came bundled with the Switch 2 or a third-party adapter that has the same specification. But the Switch 1 adapter simply won't work. So for the next part of the video, I'm assuming you've still got a black screen issue even when using the correct adapter. So for this next fix, make sure you have your Switch 2 console, the dock, the original adapter that came in the box with the Switch 2, and the original cable that came in the box. Unplug your adapter completely from the wall and wait about 30 seconds for any residual power to drain out. And at this stage, make sure the console is out of the dock and push the power button down for 20 seconds. Once you've done that, release the power button, which will force a shutdown. After this, connect the adapter back into power and then plug the other end of the cable into your console directly, and then push the power button on the console just once and see if the console can now boot. If this still hasn't worked and you're not getting anything on the screen of your Switch 2, there's still a couple of things to be aware of. First off, if the battery has died on the console, when you first plug it back in, you will only get a battery indicator flash on the screen for a brief moment, and if you're not paying attention, you can easily miss that. But the console will be charging. As such, I would leave it connected to power for at least half an hour to see then if you can turn the console back on, just in case the battery had depleted. If when you plug the console in, you do get the battery indicator, but you don't get any other visible sign that the console is going to be able to be turned on, then Nintendo insist there is something still wrong with the charger that you're using. This may be that you're still using an incompatible charger, or it may be that the cable hasn't been plugged in to the back of the adapter, for example, fully. Check that, and also double check, I know it's silly, that the cable hasn't become frayed. If this still doesn't work, the only other option before sending the console back to Nintendo for repair is to try an alternate adapter that is the same spec as the official adapter to see if that can then get the console working. And if it can, at least you know the problem is only with your adapter and not with the console itself. But if that still gives you the same black screen results, then unfortunately you will have to send the console off for repair. If you do that, make sure to include the adapter and the cable. Don't forget as well when testing that the Switch 2 has a charging port both on the top and on the bottom. Either can be used, but you might want to test both to see if you get similar or different results. Please do let me know down in the comments if this has resolved your problem, and if not, did you have to do something else in order to get the Switch 2 working again? If this little troubleshooting tutorial has been helpful, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be notified of more going forward, and I'll see you soon.